Brock, I want to ask, like, someone that doesn't appear to come across as a guy that asks for the spotlight, yet seemingly every day there's a news story written about you or about your shot. How are you handling it all?
Yeah, obviously I try not to worry about the spotlight and let that stuff get to my head. I just try to come to the rink every day and take it a day at a time, and just make sure I'm focusing on my main goal, and that's to get better every day and help produce for the team.
Is it tough to focus though, just because, I mean, it seems after every day you score, there's maybe one more person that wants to ask a question or get a little piece of you. How have you handled it?
Yeah, I mean, I learned in Vancouver that media always wants to talk to you, so I'm getting used to that side of things. But I think it's just dealing with all that is kind of a learning aspect for me, and I just gotta make sure I stay level-headed and don't get too confident in myself, and make sure I come to the rink and work hard every day.
From Burnsville, Minnesota, who was your influences growing up?
Yeah, obviously when I was younger, I watched my brother play high school hockey, so him, and then my cousin at the same time played college hockey for Wisconsin, and my dad got me into hockey right away. So I'd say probably them three, just from watching both my brother and cousin, and then my dad coaching me throughout my hockey career.
I'll show you something here. Just a photo that we got. I think it actually came from your Instagram. So here we are here,
yeah.
As a kid dressed up in the Wisconsin gear, going to watch your cousin Dan.
Yeah.
Is that where the love started for the game of hockey?
For sure, yeah. Just watching him made my dream to be a Badger. Unfortunately, ended up not going there, but I loved watching him play. We always went to Wisconsin because my mom's from there, so I was fortunate enough to watch him play in Wisconsin and also in Minnesota when he came there. So it was definitely where my dream started.
So what was it about hockey then for you? Because your cousin said that, I mean, whether it was a baseball, football, whatever, you're just an athlete. He saw that you could do anything. Why hockey? What was it about it?
I don't know. I think my parents just put me in skates ever since I was 2, and even my grandma to this day says that every time they'd come visit in Minnesota that I'd always want to play knee hockey with them. So I think I just always had a stick in my hand, and I think just right from when I was a young age, hockey was my favorite sport.
You said recently the Burnsville Training Center across from the old rink that you played in growing up, kind of where that was where your shot really started to develop. What was it about your time there that you generated the type of release that obviously we're seeing at an NHL level?
Yeah, after either practices, usually in squirts and peewees, we would have either before or after practice, our team would have to go to the training center for 30 minutes to do some stick handling or shooting. So my Pee-wee A coach, Brandon Seege, ran that. So he really taught me that release shot and get the quick snapper off. And so I think that's where I really started working on it, but also I worked on it at home in my driveway.
So what was it about your work with Brandon that seemed to click? Because right now your shot is being talked about in ways that not many players go through a whole career having their shot talked about. What worked?
Yeah, I don't know. We had stations set up, and he would always emphasize just snapping it off fast. So we would always work on that, whether we have tires in front of us, dragging it around and just snapping it off quick, or pushing it and snapping it off quick, or just hitting targets on the net. So I think that's where it really came from.
Is there anybody you watched, I guess, as your development as a player from your teenage years or even now that you try to model your shot after, or where did it sort of come from?
Honestly, when I was coming up through my junior year and or my junior career in college, I didn't really model my game after guys that had like great shots like Ovi or guys like that. So I modeled my game after Kyle Bukauskas in junior hockey. Just the way we played, I thought we had the same type of game, two-way game, can score, works hard.
So for someone like yourself, it seems like, I don't know how many kids will grow up saying one day it would be dream to play in the NHL and obviously score. So you're here now already. You've got 13 on the year to this point, and yet when you celebrate, it's acting like you've scored already over 500 in your career. Why?
I don't know. I think I've never been a big celebrator. Ever since I was a little kid, I think I've only gone down on my knee maybe like twice, 2 or 3 times. So I've never been huge on going down on a knee, but I think just celebrating with my teammates is the best way to celebrate.
Where do you think that comes from, I guess, from your demeanor as a player?
I don't know. I think, just how I am as a person. I think I know that when I score these goals, I'm not doing it by myself. I'm doing it with the other guys, and they're creating the chances for me.
So I heard, and you alluded to it as well, it seemed like anytime you had a spare second, you wanted to go grab a stick and a puck and work on your shot. So now, at an NHL level, living in Vancouver, what do you do in your spare time?
Yeah, well, obviously, with the NHL schedule and your spare time,
not a lot.
You like to relax a little bit. So usually when we have downtime, maybe play Xbox or watch Netflix. Especially in Vancouver now, I just moved into a place, so I get some chores done now.
So you were just talking about Auston Matthews is a guy you played with at the 2016 World Junior Championships, and you get your first opportunity to play against him at NHL level here against the Maple Leafs. What do you remember about your time playing together at World Juniors?
Oh yeah, just of how great of a player he was. He was a great leader in our locker room, just putting a team together. He's a really good two-way player. He doesn't worry about the offensive side of things before defense, and when he gets the puck, he's dangerous. He's really good down low with the puck, and obviously has a really good shot too.
You're saying you roomed with him at camp too?
Yep.
Okay, all right. So what was he like as a roommate?
Yeah, he was a good roommate. We got along pretty well there, and I never knew him before that, and I'd say we grew a pretty good friendship from that week.
Do you talk at all? Even nowadays, you keep in touch through text message or anything? Anything leading up to the game?
No, not lately. We've exchanged some texts, here and there, but not yet before the game.
Has it gone by pretty quick? The way it's all kind of come around, and now the fact that you've gotten to this stage, like how quickly has it gone by in your mind?
Yeah, I think it's gone by fast. I think just last game I was thinking about it in warm-ups of how we played 25 games already. I know last year, my college season, we played 32 the whole year, so playing more than that before Christmas is definitely a lot different, but it's something I love.
I also want to ask too, Thursday night in Nashville, so you get the 2 goals, but also setting up Daniel City and your teammate for his 1,000th career point. What was that like?
Yeah, that was obviously a special moment, and obviously it's a big honor to be a part of that, and the smile on his face was priceless. I honestly had chills on my body when he got it.
I also want to ask too, the fact that we're sitting here in the gym, what's your preparation like before a game? What's kind of your routine as you get?
Yeah, I usually eat a snack, and then me and the guys, especially at home, we play soccer before our meeting, and then after our meeting we play soccer for a good 20 minutes, and then after that I come in here and do my stretches and get ready for the game.
What's it like living here?
Yeah, it's obviously a little different than my past years of Grand Forks, North Dakota for 2 years, and Waterloo, Iowa. But I'm kind of used to a busy city back home in Minneapolis, but nothing like this. It's obviously a lot different living in an apartment and stuff, but I really enjoy it.
Cousin Dan was an influence as a kid, but who was your favorite player growing up?
Yeah, I was Marion Gaborik on the Wild, probably just because he was the best player on the team.
All right. What was it about his game that stood out? One being the best player, but
yeah,
who was a dynamic?
Well, he was obviously a goal scorer, and he always scored, so I always loved him. But just how fast he was and how he would separate himself from players.
Anything stand out just about text messages that you've received over the course of your very early NHL career from friends or anyone?
Well, just some other NHL guys that I trained with from back home. They've texted me. Guys like Parise and Oshie, so obviously that means a lot to me.
What are they saying?
Well, just congrats and stuff, but this past summer I actually grew a pretty good bond with all those guys, Justin Falk, Oshie, Parise, so I'm a lot closer with them now where we can joke around.
Also, just want to show you, I want to show you one more photo here, Brock. So earlier we saw the one of you as a kid going to your cousin's games in Wisconsin. So now we've got cousin Dan's kids watching you at the NHL level.
Yeah.
What's that like when you see something like that? Just how it's kind of come full circle.
Yeah, it honestly kind of reminds me of myself when I was young. I always wanted to get to the game early and watch him do warm-ups and get a puck from him. So, you know, it reminds me of that. And, you know, obviously now that, you know, I'm the one on the ice, it's, you know, honestly pretty cool that they look up to me.
And the fact that family's obviously a big part of your life, seeing something like that and just all the camaraderie that goes around there must mean a lot to you too.
Yeah, you know, my family's super supportive, not just my family, but friends from back home too, so I couldn't be more thankful for all of them.
Appreciate it, man.
Yeah,
Thanks for
thank
doing
you.
this.